Welcome back. Hi, we are back at Mount Holly. Um, we've not been having a good time of late in getting new stuff and getting breakthroughs. Perhaps I'm just spoiled that I've just gotten a whole streak of getting a lot of stuff done. But we accomplished a couple of things last time. We managed to tweak the rarity of a few of those rooms that we're really interested in making happen. Tomb Root Cellar Schoolhouse. We could make it a schoolhouse day. Let's make it a schoolhouse day. I do not see anything from the doorway. I'm willing to risk that there isn't anything in there just in an effort to save myself a couple of steps. Let's see if we can get up to grade 5. Let's see if we can get the boiler room, the pump room, the laboratory together. Maybe? Maybe? Which means we need to get the pool in the place if we want to get the pump room. And we could start with the library. Sure. We don't have any books that we particularly want to read because we've read everything. So that door is probably going to want something with lots of gemstones. So I'm going to see if I can find myself a gemstone somehow. Or I could spend a gemstone and start with a classroom. Sure. Classroom 1. What are you? Hall pass. What is this? You will not lose steps traveling between two adjacent hallways, or joining hallways. Hallways drafted from an adjoining hallway do not cost gems to draft. Okay, haven't seen that thing before. There's an apple up here. And now we have spent, rather than receiving a gemstone. Reading Nook Den storeroom. The den would give us the gemstone back. Let us connect through the foundation. I got 3 redraws. Let's see if we can do better than this. The reading nook would be great because then we'd get a second library. But it's pointed the wrong way. Bedroom is good. Bedroom does just fine, and it's apples all day today. Against the east wall, there is parlor. Perfect. And we saw our first parlor puzzle that has 2 statements on a single sign. So now they weren't kidding, the intensity is ramping up. So let's see what we have. The box next to this box is false. A box next to this box is true. The box next to this box contains gems. Ooh, hard to know where to start with that one. Let's start with this. The box next to this box is false. If I say that that is true, then that means the white box is false. A box next to this box is true, but that's already true of this situation. So no, this has to be false. The box next to this box is in fact true, but the blue box itself is false. So this has to be true. There is a box next to this box that is true, but that is not the blue box. It must be the black box. So the black box is telling us the truth. The box next to this box contains gems, so it is the white box that has the gems today. There we go. Okay, so now, sure, let's put a thing in the corner because hopefully we don't have to come back ever. Ooh, not the reading nook because that completely defeats the purpose. But hey, second classroom does 2 things. One, it gets us to 3rd grade. Does going in there and picking up that apple help at all? Not really, because it's 2 steps to get in, 2 steps to get out, doesn't it? So there's not much point in going in there, and I don't see anything on any other desk. So we're just going to leave that there. But hey, the next time we draft a classroom, with a weird bedroom between the two of them. That's not inappropriate at all. The next time that we draft a bedroom, it will, or the next time we draft a classroom, it'll already be third grade. Okay, so now we've got 3 gems to be able to do something really fancy. Oh, here we go. We've seen the gallery. The bookshop to get more books for the library would be a fine thing. But we have yet to see the gallery, and that will be something that we've done today. Oh my gosh. Christopher Manson, acrylic and oil on canvas collection of Mount Holly. Okay, and then B, C, P, T, L, S, M, W. Okay, I feel like I should write those down. So space number 1 from the top, once more with feeling. B. So somewhere in all that there is, oh, we're trying to figure out what the name of this painting is. What in the? That's some wild stuff in here. Okay, so what would you name this painting? So I notice that the two have their mirror images. I notice that we've got a wagon, a rose, a stop sign, an apple, and a fire hydrant. All things that are red, with a P on one of them. Okay. I don't instantly know what to do with that. Let's take a look at the next one. So, bunch of eyeballs, a table, that is in the shape of the letters V-E-R-I. So it's a V-E-R-I table. It's veritable. And sitting on the table is a glass of genuine. So is this, it's a 7-letter title, it looks like. Is this just genuine? Actual objective. Is the sun? I don't know. Okay. Once again, writing these letters down, although if I can make genuine, I'm going to set it to say that. C, E, H, D. Oh, and we're back to G. Okay. Okay. Genuine and veritable. I mean, things that are truthful. I could make the word reality if I stand close to the things. So V, I gotta go 3. Hello? Oh, not close enough yet. My arms need to be longer. 3 for this one. Also, there are benches where... almost all the way around for this one. Oh! Darn. D, L. And an H, L, T. And the D, 1, 2, 3, 4. Reality. That is what it says. The works of Christopher Manson. Actual objective. So, I don't know if that's right. There's a 5-letter one over here. Oh, look, it's him again. So, again, we have a set of manacles, which look like they have a key already inserted in them, being held by a hand. The hand has a comet's tail. The word says thick, except the K is awfully thin. And there's, presumably that's a light? Oh, I haven't a clue what's going on with this. I'm going to put this not on my whiteboard, but I'm actually going to use paper. Okay, 5-letter answer. N-A. And back to T. Right. Okay, I mean, you can make thick. I refuse to believe that's actually the title of this painting, but you can make thick. Okay. Then this So I'm seeing rhymes here. Fin, sin, bin, pin. The weird rug I don't understand, and the infinity symbol I don't understand. Let's harvest our letters. D. N. R. K. Okay. I can see a couple places where I have an in. Minister? That doesn't make a lot of sense. Oh, I was going to say sinister. Oh, no, no. Why is there a rug on the floor? because it's weird. It doesn't fit with anything else. I can explain pretty much everything else in this picture other than all. Fin, bin, sin, pin. Because you can have an IN in the second and third position. You can have an IN in the fourth and fifth position. This one really bugs me because it feels like I have a piece of it. The fact that it's red, I mean, you can have P in the front. It feels like that's part of it. It feels like that needs to be a P. I mean, you can even do P on red backwards. Ponder. That's what this is. Come on, you. Okay. Sure. Okay, so that one is right. So these just are rebus puzzles. Okay. Eyes? Yeah. We can do IZE in this. Otherwise, why would they go to the trouble of giving us a Z? Okay. So now here's a question. Are there lots of these? Or is this like the only four paintings that there are? Okay. I just need to figure out the language of these things. I mean, is this just think? Ponder, realize. T. Is it just that it's a thin K? Okay. So this has to be a synonym for the others. I can do ruminate. Is that it? Which I'm only trying because it means the thing I want it to mean, not because I understand why that painting should be ruminate. Yeah, that's it. No. Thanks, game. Presumably we'll unlock room 8. Key 8. Okay. That's this done. Where was I? Oh, right. Classroom number 3. And I did not need to spend all of the gems that I thought I was going to have to spend to get out of the library. So absolutely we're going to. Grade 3 was the periodic table thing, which wasn't all that illuminating. Because it's like, yeah, I understand how to solve the thing in the laboratory. Oh, no, I can't look. But yeah, it looks like that's all that there is to get from this. And advancing to the next grade. Pantry, den, patio. If I do the pantry, I'll get more coins. Yeah, the den. I don't mind doing the den here, because then I can go both ways. I don't have any keys yet, so I can't open that chest that I just saw over on the side. And keys have been an issue for us lately. Another classroom. Do I want to not put it in the corner, or do I want to wait? Let's do the classroom. I want to see grade 5. And again, coming into this room was silly because all there was an apple to give me 2 steps, but it took me 2 steps. Basically the math that goes with the bedroom. Okay. Chapel storeroom commissary. Spend the money or steal the money? Let's do the commissary, spend a gem, and let's see what's available for sale today, because I've already got 12. Gems, salt shaker, sledgehammer metal detector. I think I want a metal detector. I can afford both of those. Let's get these 2. Oh wait, is this the sale? Wasn't there a thing that said that there was a sale? Yeah, all items up to 50% off on day 20 and 21, and this is 21. So yeah, absolutely we're going to buy all this stuff. Okay. Cool. Closet, pantry, observatory. Well, we get the pantry anyway. Uh-huh. But still, no key, which concerns me somewhat. Bunk room, utility closet, observatory. Let's do the observatory, because we know we got the really horrible thing yesterday where we got lots of dead-end rooms. What do we got today? Many things? Ooh, the key! Good. And rooms with 4 doors are more common today. That's nice. 2 things I actually want. A key would be good. Okay, so now, yeah, let's go to the side here. We're still only on rank 5. Closet, kitchen, security. Let's do security. I can't help but notice that now that I've got the hall pass, it's not giving me hallways. Looking for a coin, looking for a key. Oh. Here in the corner. Okay. Always looking at the inventory. There's 3 coins and a trunk. Okay. Wonder where I did that. So I'm happy to go back for the trunk. Key card system, settings, set security level, low, confirm setting. Offline mode should be on locked, confirm setting, back, and exit. And where did I want to go? Right, I wanted to go to the den because there was a chest. Let's head back there and try building out from the foundation because I have 62 steps rather than going here. So we now have the sledgehammer, which means your days are numbered. Bang. Some ivory dice. Fantastic. And some more coins. Okay. Oh, this is treacherous. There are 2 classrooms, so I need to really make sure that I'm walking carefully going through the den. Through the gallery. And then into here. I don't have a shovel to be able to hit those. This door. Archives, Weight Room, Cloister of Lydia. Well, it's forcing me to do either the archives or the weight room. Which I wouldn't mind a 4 thing here, but no, I'm going to spend a die. Spare room, dining room, great hall. Great hall is problematic because the doors are all locked and I only have 1 key. I could just do the spare bedroom and pass. Let's do that. Gives me an orange. I would like something that bends me off to the left. Ew! Okay, corridor, out of those. Trying again. Reading nook. There we go. The hall pass, what does it do? I forget. Oh, it's not going to show me. But yeah, the reading nook, for a couple of reasons. 1, it does exactly what I said. Gives me a key. Cool. It's going to give us the library. Not great, because we've spent gems getting here, filling our place with classrooms. So, ooh. Yeah, use the key here. Ah, you jerk. But yeah, the library. The other library. Key 8? Oops. Does not fit. Okay. Don't like this, having to use that key there. Okay, keys for sale. I'll spend 1 gem doing that. Let's get... The lockpick kit is so useful, but I'm going to buy 4 keys. Wipes us out. In terms of money, anyway. Okay, now I have to go all the way back to security because everything else here is locked up. And the other side of it is, I now don't have any gems. See you in a bit. Okay, I'm going to check in here. And check in the inventory again. It says 3 coins somewhere. The one fruit has got to be the apple in the classroom that we didn't take, because there was no point, because it would cost us 2 steps to pick up an apple. But the 3 coins are somewhere, and I don't know where. Okay, so now the only thing we're doing is security, which lets us in. Closet, workshop, bunk room. I guess it's the workshop. Broken lever. Right. The hall pass again. You will not lose steps traveling between 2 adjacent hallways. And they don't cost gems. Okay. And I mean, we could try combining things, but we haven't got a lot. Those don't go. Sledgehammer and broken lever do? Oh, but only when you combine it with the power pack. Okay. And those don't at all. Okay. So we don't have things. All right. Locked. Key 8? No. I imagine it's kind of like the basement key where you have to use it somewhere specific. Greenhouse, which now has a way out, but we can't play it. Let's do the chapel. No reason not to. We're not going to blink because we don't have anything. Going to the side. Oh. Great Hall, weight room, rotunda. Can't do either of those. Redraw. No. Okay. Boudoir, actually. Well, 2 dice shouldn't set our thing off. Oh, there's a key on the floor. We haven't heard this thing go off in going around. So wherever those coins are, they're not on the path we've been traveling. Ah, you're going to do it to me, aren't you? Okay. Do something else. Wow, why do you keep doing this to me? Yeah, no, I'm not taking that. And now I have to take one of these. In fact, I have to take the furnace. I don't have any choice. Which means I'm just going to get more red rooms. Okay, so back to the chapel we go. Blink. Actually, wait a minute. Let's run down to the commissary. There were gems for sale, and I now have 14. And they're cheap. Okay. Great. Now we're armed. Blink. Use a key. Why is it all hot? Gymnasium. Lose 2 steps. Yeah, let's do that. Doesn't look like there's anything there. But this is not going to cost us a coin anymore, and now we have 33 coins. Oh, and there's 2 coins on the floor. But I'm tragically short of steps. Let's do this first. Yeah. I mean, Yeah, no. Classroom. Grade 5, please. Art class. We're reproducing the pictures. Now, this doesn't really work. It doesn't really work because we saw the thing in the study that said, oh, I'm going to need all new paintings. I wonder if I can get it done by Friday or Thursday or something. The problem is this thing with the school happened way before that, I think. So there's your prior, there's your flan, there's a car, there's a plane, and there's a bride. So let's take a look at what their assignment was that made them do this. Draw two things that share all but one letter of their name. Josh did a tooth and a two, in spelling incorrect F. I mean, at 5th grade, yeah. Acorn and corn, you get an A, ha ha ha. And robot and root, you get a B, ha ha ha. Is this with a Cockney accent? Is this tooth? I don't understand. Surely you could have done something like flight and light or something like that was F and said, oh, this is terrible, you fail. Although that would be very cruel. Yeah. So the 5th grade classroom, I don't think has anything terribly enlightening, but there we go. Oh, maybe, let's see. We have clock and lock. We have plane and pane. House and hose. Stage and stag. That is clue, C-L-U-E. Crown and crow. Boat and bat. Stage and sage. Not clue. Fine. Thank you. All right. So this is going to put us up by... Oh, you know what? We might be able to do the showroom. What can we get for 35? Oh, why not? What can we get for 35? We can get a moon pendant, and that's basically it. The master key opens everything. Emerald bracelet, you don't have to pay gem costs. Ornate compass. When drafting, you can rotate a room if you don't like the direction that it's in. It's kind of late for all this now, but the moon pendant, you'll start tomorrow with 2 of the items in your inventory. I feel like that's a thing worth doing, because it's the one thing that's useful to buy towards endgame, which is where we are. So we have Sledgehammer Metal Detector, Key 8, which we can hope. Hall Pass we've never had before. So, you know. We lose 2 more, we're down to 12. 1 key left. Well, let's keep trying Key 8. Room 8. Why now? I've tried it a few times. Why is it only available now? Oh my goodness. There's a pedestal in each of these sin bins. The sum of my sin, as it is penned, is a number within the room we are in. Huh? To first begin, place me within a bin with an N within its sin. Mundanity. That's not a sin. So is that now in my inventory? Where did it go? Okay, so I'm just going to put it down. I want to look at these. I recommend you think again if I am ever in a bin far from the fin. Okay, so you're in one of these three. This one is over here. Okay, so lion, swan. I'm going to make myself a quick little diagram here. And the sins are hubris. Okay. So the next one's a dog. You won't find my bin in between sin, for I deserve to be in a bin on the end. So, hubris or mundanity. So the dog wants to be on the end. So I am adding stuff for dog. Then elephant. Elephant says, to my chagrin, my neighbor's sin is written thin to fit it all in. Okay. Okay, so is written thin to fit it all in. So that's got to be gluttony, avarice, or mundanity. So it's one of the ones, it can't be gluttony because it's next to. So it's over on this end of the room. So let's put him like in avarice because mundanity was compressed in order to make it fit. Actually, so was gluttony really was. Let's put it in sloth. Okay. Rabbit. Adding to my grid for the rabbit. And that is a confusing clue. I've read it once, not out loud. I need to look at it again. I share a trend with my neighbor's sin. A letter and its twin appear on each bin. So, mundanity and avarice are fine, because A's appear on avarice, N's appear on mundanity. Sloth is not. Gluttony does, but neither of its neighbors do. Neither wrath nor sloth has repeated letters. The same is true for hubris, envy, and lust. They're all unique letters. So the rabbit has to go in one of these two. So put the rabbit in avarice. Also, this is a weird rug. Okay. That looks like a bear. Oh no. Was I supposed to have seen something about a bear engaging in a sin in the den? If we spend a min or 10 lounging in the den, you'll know which bin I'm often in. Crud. Okay. I don't know. That could be anything. And then what is this? It's a monkey. The bin I tend to wind up in is near the bend in the tail of the skin. Okay, so that would be hubris. So it looks like it wants to be here. But it wants to me to put the dog down. So the dog has to be on the end. So let's put the dog in mundanity, because it has to be on the end. Which means the monkey would have to be hubris. Oh, I didn't pick up the monkey. I can only pick up one at a time. If I pick up a second one, I put the old one back on the shelf. Okay. And the penguin? The sum of my sin as it is penned is a number within the room we are in. So does that make it 8? Because that's room 8. This is room 8. It's 8 on its side. The only 8-letter one is gluttony. So I'm going to go back around here. I'm going to pick up our bear that we have no idea where it goes. And I'm going to put it somewhere else. Let's put it in wrath, which makes some kind of sense. Then we have to go back over here, pick up the penguin again, and put it on gluttony. Why did we finish with the ones that it made logical sense where they went? Okay. So the bin I tend to wind up in is near the bend in the tail of the skin. So that looks like that has to be it. So the monkey goes in hubris. Therefore, none of the other ones do. The penguin says, the sum of my sin as it is penned is a number within the room we're in. The only number I see is this big ol' 8. I mean, you might think 10 with all the terrible rhyming. But yeah, that has to be it. So nothing else can go in gluttony. Then we have the dog. You won't find my bin in between sin, for I deserve to be in a bin down on the end. Which means it does really have to go here. Because it can't get on the other end because the monkey is already in the one by the tail. Then the rabbit should be placed correctly. I share a trend with my neighbor sin, a letter and its twin appear on each bin. So the two bins have duplicate letters within them. The A's in avarice, the N's in mundanity. There isn't another pair of them that are next to each other that are like this. So the rabbit goes in avarice. So now we look at, yeah, the lion in envy. To first begin, place me within a bin with an N within its sin. So there are only 3 like that. Envy, gluttony, and mundanity, but the dog needs to be in mundanity because it needs to be on the end, and the other end is taken. And the rabbit needs to be, pardon me, no, not the rabbit. The penguin needs to be in gluttony because it needs an 8-letter sin. So yes, the lion is in the thing where it belongs. So there's only 3 figurines left that we're not sure. But we look at the swan. I recommend you think again if ever I'm in a bin far from the fin. So it has to be one of the 3 that are here. But these are the 3 that are on the same wall as the fin. And these 2 are already taken. The monkey needs to be by the tail, the lion needs to be by the end, that's it. So the only 2 that are not figured out are the elephant and the bear, and I honestly had no idea where the bear would go. So, to my chagrin, my neighbor's sin is written thin to fit it all in, which gluttony is written thin. So is the bear sloth? And therefore the elephant has to go on the other side of gluttony and wrath. Oh. Trophy 8. Ah, it has to be on rank 8. That's why. For solving the puzzle in room 8 on rank 8. Trophies will be permanently added to the trophy room, and 2 allowance tokens. So we get 2 more money every day. Okay. What were we doing? Well, we did that, but now we've locked ourselves up. There's no other way to go. So that's kind of it for this episode. Unsurprisingly, Key 8 unlocked a door leading to a familiar-looking room, a cryptic room that had been previewed in the final 8-letter artwork exhibited in the gallery. It is now time to ruminate over the bins, sins, and pins contained within. I can't imagine ever doing that again. So, let's take a look at the room directory. And that's all we can do. So we're going to call it a day. Are we a Motel 8? East-facing campus. East wing is favored. There are 5 classrooms. And there's a library, a couple of libraries. 2 new rooms, which are the gallery and room 8. And that's all there is. So, that feels like one of the secrets. I don't know if we need to do the gallery again. It depends on whether or not it would serve up new paintings. I mean, it feels like that's the sort of thing that it might do, given the sheer number of parlor puzzles it did. Don't know. At any rate, this might be its own standalone episode. Just because there were a couple of puzzles to figure out. But we will leave it there. We will return to the blueprints soon enough after going to Lingo. It feels like we're getting closer to the end of Lingo, and just the pressure of finding all of the cyan letters is charging us forward towards the finish, because we're still getting through lots of puzzles at a really fast rate. There can't be that much game left. There can't be. We're running out of game. So it's time for me to figure out where I'm going to go with this channel after this. But that's for me to figure out. Everything is for me to figure out on this channel. Until next time, folks. Comment if you have something you want to tell me. but no spoilers. And we'll see you again soon. Goodbye.